Just understand that if you can simplify it to a sentence, and the sentence has some power, that the bumper sticker version is way more persuasive than any complicated, excellent argument. So there is your kill shot. Given that the Don Lemon thing, which is the idea that if you're in a group and you're a bad person, then the entire group is defined by the bad people in the group. So that's what the mainstream narrative is selling us, that all Republicans are bad because some are bad. All Republicans are bad because some of them attacked the Capitol. Now, what do you do about that? Because the wokeness idea has gone from, hey, you individual, you did some bad things, you individual. It's now spread all the way to, if any individuals do something, you're all the same individual. That's what it's become. And so I came up with a linguistic kill shot. A linguistic kill shot is something that once you hear it, it's kind of the end of the conversation. The first one that you might have been aware of was when then candidate Trump referred to Bush as low energy. That was a linguistic kill shot. As soon as Bush was seen as low energy, you couldn't ever see it any other way. That's it. It was the end of it. So that's what makes it a kill shot, is that once you've heard it, you don't have anything else to say. You just have to walk away at that point. So in our wokeness situation, where an entire group is being branded by the reputations of the few in the group, here is my linguistic kill shot. And I'll tell you why it works after I tell you. And it goes like this. I tweeted this morning. If you think a group of people can be fairly defined by the worst person in the group, the worst person in your group is you. I'll read it again, then I'll tell you why it's a kill shot. If you think a group of people can be fairly defined by the worst person in the group, the worst person in your group is you. That's the end of the conversation. Now, you can't do that with a lot of topics. I think there are a lot of topics for which there is no linguistic kill shot. But now use your imagination, and you're watching, let's say, a CNN segment in which somebody's saying something similar to what Don Lemon says, which is all Republicans or all voters for Trump have to answer to the worst people in the group. And then you imagine that the person, let's say it's a Trump supporter, just says this one bumper sticker saying that if you think a group can be defined by its worst member, the worst member in your group is you. Would there be any more conversation? There wouldn't be anything left to say. Because when you hear that, it sounds really true, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It sounds true. It's like, oh yeah, somebody who would tar an entire group by the reputation of the few, what do we call them? Is there any name for that? What's a name for somebody who thinks that a few people in a group define the whole? Would it be racists? Oh yeah, racists. Would it be sexist? Yeah. Would it be bigot? It would be. Would it be worthless piece of shit? It would be. And so I recommend this linguistic kill shot to you. Every time you hear somebody saying that they're defining the group by a small number of bad people, just break this out. Now, why does it work? What is the engineering of it that makes this work, whereas any number of a million different things you could say do not work? Number one, calling somebody a hypocrite has no persuasive value. In the history of the world, nobody's ever won an argument or changed anything because they pointed out correctly that some hypocrisy was happening. It's just useless. Now, it's useful for entertainment. It's useful for context. It's useful for educating yourself. So the accusations of hypocrisy, they have some value in terms of rounding out the picture, but they're not going to change anything. Do you know what can change the world? A good bumper sticker. I hate to say it, but it's true. If you tell somebody a complicated argument that's excellent, you say, hey, Bob, here's a complicated argument, but it's really solid. It's complicated, but it's solid. Why don't you take this solid, complicated argument and see if you can change the world with it? Good luck, Bob, because solid, complicated arguments don't change anything. They don't. Because nobody understands them, they can't repeat them, they don't feel them, they don't feel it in their body. But you turn something into a sentence, or, in this case, it's exactly one sentence. You make it one sentence, and you make one point, and you make that point a good one. And it has the same power as a rhyme. You remember when O.J. was on trial, and one of the defense tricks, which is a real good hypnosis trick, is to rhyme the defense. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Years later, do you all remember that saying? If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. It's the one thing you remember. That's how good Johnny Cochran was. If you're wondering, who are the best hypnotists in the world, or persuaders, let's say, Johnny Cochran, really, really good. So just understand that if you can simplify it to a sentence, and the sentence has some power, that the bumper sticker version is way more persuasive than any complicated, excellent argument. So there is your kill shot. You should be able to, if this were repeated as the normal response over and over every time somebody goes all Don Lemon on you, you would eventually be able to wipe it out. This is a kill shot. It would end that problem.